right triangles. First, let's define what is trigonometry. Trigonometry means measurement of triangles. Now, here we're looking at the right triangle. You can see we have a 90 degrees angle here, the small square. And there is a label for each of the side. The legs are labeled A, B, and the longest side here, here's the longest side, which is a C. So A and B can be interchanged, but not for C. C is always be the longest side. And we have a popular theorem that we know that C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So this is coming from the Pythagorean theorem. Another thing that we have to know here, that all angles here would be equal to 180 degrees. So let's say I put angle 1 here, angle 2, and here we have angle 3. If I will say angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, the sum of the three angles in a triangle, it's always be 180 degrees. That includes the right triangle that we have here. Okay, next we need to learn the trigonometric functions. So we have here the first three. So we have sine A. So here's our angle A. Set side opposite angle A. So that would be our small letter A here. That's the side. And that's what we have here all over the longest side, which is the hypotenuse, which is C. So we have C here. So that's sine A. Cosine A, it's the side adjacent to angle A. So that would be this side, B, and then over C, which is the longest side. So that's the one there. And tangent A here, it's the side opposite angle A over side adjacent to angle A. So that should be A over B. A over B. That would be the ratio. Okay. And in addition to this, three basic trigonometric functions, we have the other three, which is the reciprocal of sine A would be cosecant A. The reciprocal, that means we flip A over C. We will have C over A here. For cosine, the opposite for cosine is secant A, and that would be C over B. You just flip the fraction over. And the sixth trigonometric function would be the opposite of tangent A. That's cotangent A. And instead of A over B, that's B over A. So those are the six trigonometric ratios or functions for the right triangle. Okay. If you're using your calculator here, you just have the second function and then press the sign. That would be your cosecant function. Or you can actually use the 1 over x function in your calculator to flip the sine A and it becomes cosecant A. Okay, here's an example. Find the sine, cosine, and tangent of A given the figure here. So here you're given with your A equal to 5 and B equal to 12. But the longest side C is not given, so we do not know C. So using Pythagorean theorem, we know that C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. We'll just plug in the value, 5 square plus your B is 12 square. And it gives you 25 here. 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 12 times 12 is 144. And taking out the power 2 here, we have to take the square root on both sides. So C therefore is square root of 169 here. 25 plus 144, it's 169. So C would be equal to 13. So since we're asked to find the sine of A is over here. Let's label that A. That's angle A here. So sine A, that would be opposite over the hypotenuse, opposite side which is 5, over the longest side which is your C, which is 13. Cosine A is adjacent over the longest side, so that would be 12 over 13. Tangent A would be looking at the opposite over adjacent side, so that would be 5 over 12. If you can reduce your answer, you have to simplify your fraction. So those are the question asked. If you're going to be asked for the opposite function of sine, cosecant, you just flip that. The cosecant of A would be 13 over 5. And secant A would be 13 over 12. And cotangent A would be 12 over 5. Now we have the applications of the trigonometric ratios. So I'll give you a chance to read the definition. What is angle of elevation? And what is angle of depression? Okay, so angle of elevation is formed when you're going to look upward and the line of sight over here. So that would be your angle of elevation. The angle of depression would be the angle formed when you look down. So from the horizontal, when you look down, that's your line of sight, and it forms angle of depression. So those are the two types. Okay, here's the application problem. This is problem solving using an angle of elevation. So you're looking at upward. So you're pretending that you are here and try to look up, going to the tip of the tower. So that's the line of sight. So here, the question is asking you to find the approximate height of this tower. So height of the tower is your A here. So height is equal to your A. So that's the missing side of the right triangle. Now, the line of sight would be your C, the longest side. And the 125 would be your B. So that's the distance from you and the foot of the tower. Okay, so we presented a while ago the three basic trigonometric functions like sine. Let's put 57.2 as our angle A. So that would be sine A is equal to A over C, which is the line of sight. And then we have cosine of A would be the adjacent, which is B over C. And tangent A would be opposite, which is your A over the adjacent side. So which is your B here. Now, looking at the first function, which is sine A, your A is given, right? Your C is not given, and your A is not given. So it's only your angle. So we cannot use that to find the height or the A. So we proceed to the second function. Your A is given, your B is given, and C is missing. We do not know. So we can find our C here. So that's an alternate solution for us. But we still have to find our A. Our A is the missing one, not the C. So we can use that, but it's going to be a long solution. So it will give us the same result. So the easy way that we can do is using tangent A, because A is given here, the angle A, and B is given also, and A is missing. So we can use the third trigonometric function right away to have a shorter solution. But again, using the second one, you can still use that, but it gives you a longer one. So let's use the third one. Tangent A is equal to A over B. So we know what is tangent A. A is 57.2 degrees. A, we do not know A. B is 125. Okay, so we will write that again. Tangent A is equal to A over B. And tangent A is 57, that's our angle, 0.2 degrees. Our B actually is 125. Okay, and then we're looking for A, so we can actually cross multiply. So cross multiplying 1 times A would be A equals cross multiplying 125 times tangent 57.2 degrees, that's 125 tangent 57.2 degrees. So you just plug this in your calculator to get the value for A. Again, just plug in the values to your calculator, and then you can get your A. So I'll just take tangent of 57.2 times 125. It gives us 193.96. So this is in feet, or we round this to the nearest whole number. It's 194 feet. So that would be the unit. So that would be the height. That's 194, the height of the tower. And that's what the problem is asking for us. Okay, so that's the application problem for the angle of elevation. Angle of depression, it would be the same also, as long as you actually recognize the 6 basic trigonometric functions. So you can choose, there are more than one solutions here, but the answer would be just the same.